Today you are going to witness 20 tips that I have for you. These are some of the best tips that you can possibly use to actually increase your rank and just get better overall. I'm going to have them all timestamped because this is a very long video, so you guys can skip around all you want. But let me know if you guys want more tip videos here on YouTube. I plan to do a ton, but if not, follow my TikTok. I have a link down below. But I love you. Subscribe. We're on the grind to 60K. Enjoy. Stop peeking like this. I'm going to show you how to peek properly and show you all the peeks that you should be doing. So I've gone over peeking a couple times, but I want to kind of better explain it and show you all the types of peeks that you need to be doing. And same with perspective as well. I've gone over that, but let me just include it all in one video. All right, now let's start off with the most important one that you guys have probably seen me talk about, but I'll make it quick because you might have seen it already. Whenever you go to peek something, right? Let's say we're in 90 hallway, okay? And I want to peek someone over here. It would be stupid to peek close like this. Why would it be stupid? Because if I'm further back, I can see way more. And the attacker can see me right here while I can't see them. That's just how perspective works. I'll throw the clip on screen that you may have seen already to kind of further explain it more in case you haven't seen it. But that's perspective. Which is why you always want to peek from further away and not super close like a bot, because that way you guys can both see each other at the same exact time and they don't have an advantage. Now, let's talk about the different types of peeks that you should be using them. My go-to favorite is the strafe, okay? It's very simple. You don't need an elite controller like this, okay? You don't need this. By the way, there's only a wire because I'm on PC. Whenever you're peeking, you're going to look like this, okay? You're just going to strafe peek. Anytime I come on a corner, if there's somebody holding an angle, I'll either peek like this, or I'll kind of come to a crouch strafe peek. This is getting me information and possibly baiting out a shot. So start doing this. By far the most important thing. And obviously you have the normal quick peek. You know, you just want to see if somebody's holding an angle. Come from below. This is quite literally just leaning, right? I lean my paddles. Leaning and moving. Leaning and moving. You move left to right while you are leaning. And you can do the same thing with your analog sticks, right? I'll hold it up like this. If you're on analog sticks, this is not me using my paddles. This is me using my analog sticks. You do the same exact thing. This essentially will just give you more information because you can kind of see further into the site and you can bait out a shot. Now, the next one will be the knife peek. I've gone over this a couple times. Let's say I thought that somebody could be holding right here, right? Like, I think somebody's in trophy, but I don't know if they're holding the angle right here or right here. And I don't have a drone. This works on attack a lot or defense. What I do is I come over here and a knife, okay? Doing this, and sometimes I do it twice to try and catch him off guard. It shows a quick portion of your body and makes a knife animation to make the defender or attacker who's watching that angle shoot you. I do it twice because I just like to make sure, but most people will shoot at this. You'll catch them off guard if they're there. Now let's talk about leaning and peeking with both leans left and right. So this one, it's gonna look like this, right? You want to get a quick angle, want to shoot them. Doing this, okay? You are literally going to just lean right, lean left. Practice that. Lean left, lean right, lean left, lean right. Then incorporate some strafing, okay? You're going to strafe. You're going to strafe right, and when you strafe right, lean right. Strafe left and lean left. And you're going to keep doing this, as you see my controller doing this. And this is another way to quickly get information to figure out if somebody is holding that angle or if they're in that area. This is how you would kind of do that peek, like if you were going to shoot someone or one-tap somebody. You would quite literally just shoot like this. Lean left, lean right, lean left, lean right. That is how I crouch shoot. A lot of people ask me all the time. I think crouch shooting is so good. This is another one of peeking. Crouch peeking is super good because as an attacker, you're always taught to aim head level and have good crosshair placement. So if somebody's crouching and they quickly crouch below, instinctively you're going to go to aim down below. But then they crouch and peek again, and then they're standing up, so then they have to look back up, and you're already killing them. That is why I always hit people with a take their ankles, come back, and smoke them. I'm telling you, bro, like, you gotta break their ankles when they're doing this, right? You go like this, come back. They're like, oh shit, my boy's crouched. And you're like, psych, and you smoke them, right? Stop playing like this. I want to show you how you're supposed to swing somebody and when you're supposed to swing somebody, because a lot of people don't do this. People have been asking me, like, how do I know when to swing? How do I do this, right? I want to put this into perspective for you. I'm going to use Alibi because I'm alone. But think about this, right? Let's say you're a defender and you're sitting right here, right? Way too often, I'll see people sit here, and like if an attacker is coming towards them, they'll just sit here and wait for the attacker to come. And then when the attacker is right here, then they'll swing out. And it's like, no. Don't do that. Let's say I was the attacker, right? If a defender is sitting in this corner, obviously he's not going to be facing the wall, but if he's sitting in this corner, right? When I'm coming around this corner, let's say I don't see him yet, I, as the attacker, am preparing to shoot this guy who's in this corner. But if I'm in this corner and once I start to hear that person get closer, so use your audio, which I'll show you the right audio settings. You want to swing when they are generally about right here. Why do you want to do this? As the attacker, like I mentioned earlier, you're going to be ready to, you know, shoot the guy right here. If as a defender, I swing at this guy as he's about right over here. He now is so focused on me in this corner, and now I swing out and I'm right where that alibi clone is. I, as the attacker, have to quickly flick over to this guy. He's swung out like a maniac, right? And that's what you want to do. Back up, swing wide, right? You don't want to swing like this. I mean, you can if you need to, but you don't want to swing like this because of perspective, once again. Like, if I swing out like this versus this, I see him quicker than if I was swinging out like this because of perspective. But either way, you want to swing the guy when he's right over here, because like I said, the attacker is going to be so focused on looking right here that now they have to flick over to you as you swung out. So just stop sitting in a corner and waiting for them to push you. You're actually to get pretty fired. Just start playing aggressive like that. Swing at them. Now, I'm not saying to swing people out when they're over here. Don't do that, because like you're at a disadvantage at this point because this guy has cover. Like, you want to do it when you hear them closer. Right when they're about to swing you, that's when you want to swing them. You want to swing. It's swing or be swung is what I say, okay? If you don't swing this guy, he's going to swing you and pre-fire you. So you have to swing him before he swings you. So let me show you the correct audio settings. Let me explain. You are going to use night mode, okay? When you use night mode, this is going to make footsteps louder. This can work for so many other angles too, like not even just right there, right? If somebody's coming in right here, I want to swing out like this, right? Because they're getting ready to swing me. So you want to do it right before they swing you, because they're going to be completely thrown off. Because as the attacker, I'm like, all right, I'm going to swing this guy, right? I'm going to get ready to swing, right? I'm going to get ready to swing. But nope, you guys are going to swing out way before that even happens, right? Like, right before they go to swing, bro. It's swing or be swung. It's very simple. Makes sense? I hope it does. What is ghost pressure, and why is it so important on defense and attack? Let me explain. Whenever you're attacking CCTV room, it's very common for defenders to hold garage. And as an attacker, if you want to apply ghost pressure, you do a bunch of different things. Let me show you. Whenever I attack garage, I always go for these two walls down here. Now, defenders will contest these two walls in different ways. Either peeking like this, as well as looking down over here, or peeking the main garage door right there, or peeking the main garage door right here. Now, you want to limit these things off, and the way you do that is you apply this thing called ghost pressure. If I open up this main wall as an attacker, they're not going to sit right here. Even if I'm not on the main wall, they're not going to sit right here, because they can be shot at from there. It's just basic positioning. You're not going to sit somewhere where you can be shot at. Because as a defender, I have no idea if someone's on that main wall, but I know I can't react to it, as well as watch this. We'll have to worry about this. So I could come away from this wall and contest down here into lounge, or contest anybody on this open hole, or contest anybody that is on that open hole right there. But when I open up this door, even if I'm not on this door, that's still applying pressure to the defender, because they don't know if somebody's going to peek that. And they can't turn their back to that because they won't be able to react if someone goes there. So when you open up this, and you open up this, and you open up this, you take away this spot, you take away this spot, you take away this spot, and you take away this spot, leaving you with a defender really only in this spot as the safe spot. Because from here, they can't be shot at from this door if they're crouched. They can't be shot at from this hole in the wall over here, and they can't be shot out from this hole over here. This then makes the attacking strategy much easier, because you're limiting somebody to where they can be, because you know if they do swing out over here, they're going to be exposing themselves, and it's going to mess with the actual defender's mind and understand how to even push them. So it pretty much applies a fake pressure without anyone actually being on any of these holes. It just limits the positioning of the defender. Then makes it easier as an attacker to come in, because you know he's going to be over here, and if he's not, you're going to be able to kill him. Let me show you how you would apply ghost pressure to an attacker as you're defending. Let's say we're playing on bank. I do this all the time. I take somebody normally like Vigil, and I'll impact these hatches right here. This hatch and this hatch, okay? Now, you don't even need to play up here, right? If you don't want to play Vigil, you're playing smoke downstairs, just come upstairs and shotgun out these hatches. When the attackers come to take open area and they, want to get these hatches, they're going to see an open hatch. Immediately, they have no idea if someone's on it. They don't know if somebody's around it. They don't know any of that. But it applies this pressure, which will force an attacker to have to drone out the entire top floor and make sure it's clear. Now, obviously, at the higher ranks, you're going to kind of top-down clear, where you, go from the top floor and you clear out everything to make sure you do that. With these hatches being open, it kind of plants something inside the attacker's head like, oh my god, we have to make sure it's completely clear and there's nothing up there. And the same thing goes with this hatch over here. With this hatch open, it doesn't allow the attacker to just place a nomad here. It means it has to pull an attacker away from the actual bomb site and either sitting up here to watch the flank watch, or having somebody sit on a drone over here and watching the flank watch. Because for all they know, you could be sitting on the 3rd floor right here, waiting to come and flank them as they go for a main server push. And you can do this on so many maps, and even just making shotgun holes. If there's no hatch, just make shotgun holes in the floor. Think about on border when you're defending workshop. If you place shotgun holes in the floor, and it's above workshop, they now know they have to take top control, or else you can just play from above. They don't know if you're above, and they just know that you can go above. So they had that doubt in their head, like, okay, at some point they can go above. I need to make sure this is completely clear and not let anyone up there. How to improve on positioning. I'm going to explain it as simple as possible using alibi clones. I want to talk about mid-round positioning because I think it's very important too. Let's say you're playing anybody and you're sitting up in garage rafters. Let's say it's the start of the round. At this point, you could really sit anywhere. Personally, me, I like to sit right here because I can't be seen from anywhere. But at the start of the round, it's completely okay if I play over here, if I want to contest into here, or play right here if I want to contest this door. Now let's say they open the wall. I don't want to play right here because as you can see, there's a person on that wall or that wall is open, so that way they can go there and they can kill me. So I don't want to be exposed to that. So now I can really just play over here, or I can play down here where I'm not exposed to this, or I can play right here or over here. Now let's say that they open up that wall with a Hibana. I wouldn't want to play right here because I can be exposed to this. Therefore, if it's only that open, I can really play anywhere I want. I should make sure I don't want to be exposed to that hole right there. So this would be a completely safe spot. Now let's say at some point they open up the garage door. It wouldn't be safe for me to sit here standing, walking around like this nonstop because somebody could swing this. So I have to make sure I'm paying attention to this. And if I'm not paying attention to this, I need to make sure I'm crouched so that way I can't be shot. And if all three are going on at once, like they're going for a whole garage take and they have the wall open, you need to find a spot where you can't be seen or shot from them, which would be like right here because you can't be shot from that guy. You can't be shot from that guy because you're crouched right here. And you can't be shot from that guy because he's down there. When you think about any positioning on any spot that you're in, you want to always think, can I be seen from where I am right now? Or can I be naded? Or am I in a safe area to hold? Like, just always think that when you're holding an angle, when you're sitting in an area. Just always think of the possibility of an attacker being able to see you. And if they can't, then you're good. Now, the same thing can be applied to a completely different situation, but in a different part of the map. If I'm playing right over here and I want to hold this wall, it would not be safe for me to play it like this because the guy on the window can see me if that window is open. If it's not open, I could play here, but I do have to worry about being pre-fired or shot through. But if that's not open, there's no one there, then sure. But if that window is open, you don't want to play right here because you could be shot from this. So you may say, well, I could probably sit right here because I can't be exposed to that window. But then you have to remember there's a drone hole that they can see your feet at. So you want to back up a little bit more and hold an angle like this or like this. Now, ways to help your positioning, because you can't always watch every single angle, and sometimes you just need to hold an angle. That's when your utility comes in, like a prox alarm. I don't have to worry about these stairs, because if I'm holding this angle, I'm going to hear if it comes up from that prox alarm. So to summarize this, whenever you're holding an angle, make sure that you cannot be shot at from that angle that you're holding, and ask yourself if you're in a safe spot. Do this, and you will win way more rounds. So think about when you're playing ranked and you're roaming. If you hear somebody's coming from a certain area, you want to hold an angle onto that area. Now, if you're playing in higher elo, the person's going to drone you out. If they're a smart player, they're going to drone out that area first. A thing that I always do is if I feel I'm going to get droned out at any point, or I might be, I always kind of pretend like I'm not watching that area and then destroy the drone and then instantly go and look back at that area or go back to that angle. So this was when I was versing the number 7 Xbox champion. So I see that he's playing Amaru, right? Using my game sense, I know I'm on the upstairs site. I know about the hatch right there. I know it's common for people to try and kind of like Amaru up the hatch and catch you off guard. So as you can see, instantly I realize this and I go and watch this. And I'm sitting here and I say, wait, I'm versing number 7 champion. He's definitely going to drone me out to see where I am before he does this. So I'm holding this angle. I'm like, wait, I probably shouldn't sit here. So then I rotate back over here. And I'm like, I really think he's going to do this. But I'm going to go play an attic so that way it doesn't seem like I know that he's going to do it. As you see here, I'm waiting. I see his drone. Now, once I destroy his drone, I then know, okay, well, I'm going to rotate back over. He's definitely going to do this. And then I wind up getting the kill on him. If I sit there and I'm staring at the hatch like I was originally, he's not going to go up that hatch. But it's a way to like lure the person into getting a free kill. And you can do this with quite literally any angle that you can think of. Same exact thing here in a ranked game, right? So I'm holding this angle in the bathroom onto that window. You can see the little sliver of it. That's the window. If they hop in, you can see them, right? But I hear him go on his Yana clone. So once he goes on his Yana clone, I kind of move away from the angle so that way he can't see me when he hops in. And I realize he's gonna see me like no matter what. Like I realize like, okay, this guy's coming in here no matter what, he's gonna see me. I'm gonna hug this wall so it doesn't look like I was holding that angle, right? So that's what I do. And then the Yana clone comes in and it sees me. Instantly, I hop back to this angle and get on here and I light him up. I don't kill him, but I light him up. I rotate over anyway and I wind up getting the kill like this. But still, just doing stuff like that will set you up to not get pre-fired, to, you know, not give plant a seed inside the attacker's mind, and just to generally play mind games with the attacker. I do this all the time. This works in champion elo. This works in probably gold elo too. This works in any elo, especially in lower ranks. People won't drone stuff out, and they'll be like, "Oh my god, he's not gonna, you know, he's not watching me," and then just hop in, and then like they'll try and kill you. But then you go back to that angle, and boom, you kill them. Like I said, you could really do this with quite literally any angle that you can think of. Just Do it next time that you're playing ranked if you think you're gonna get droned out if you're roaming, whatever it may be. How to know when to start playing aggressive and why? I'm going to explain it all on attack and defense. Let's start off with the defense first, okay? You're gonna see this clip on screen. Now, at this situation, I am not really playing too aggressive. I'm kind of holding an aggressive angle, but you're going to see me start to fall back. Now, right here, I'm not going to play aggressive because I am the only one in sight, and it's an even 3v3. I have no need to get aggressive, right? All I need to do is focus on my positioning, which I'm doing. I'm crouched, blocking myself from the door to my left, and I'm focusing on the front door. We are in an even playing ground, so I really do not need to get aggressive, especially when I have other people off site. You don't need to be playing super aggressive when you need people on site. Now it's a 2v2, right? At this point, it's still even, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna hold on this side. Once my teammate dies, we are now in a 1v2, and this is a situation where you would really want to start to play aggressive in the 1vx situations because you want to, one, catch them off guard. Two, you want to be able to limit the 1v1s and take your 1v1s. If you allow them to group up and, play off each other, you're not going to be able to take two people at once. So as you see here, I kind of start to swing this guy and get aggressive, right? Now, what this will do is it enables me to now be in a complete 1v1, and I can play this however I want. That same thing goes for 1v2s, 1v3s, 1v4s. You want to start to play aggressive when you're down a man, or play aggressive when you need to get map control or deny map control. Let me explain that for attack. I can show you a better example. I want to gain map control right here, right? I'm playing Yana. We're attacking the top floor. So I want to take map control to be able to grenade from below and clear out this area. So I'm going to get aggressive. I'm going to walk into the museum, right? My main goal is to get inside of maps and start nading people from below on the bomb site, on like the common bomb site areas. However, I start to run into people, and that's just going to happen. If you start to play aggressive, you're going to take a lot more gunfights because you're in the people's area where they're going to be roaming. You're going to be the person that's going to be the head of the snake taking those gunfights. But this is what I did. Now I have map control, and now I can start to nade this out. So instead of sitting here playing scared like a pussy, I'm going to take map control. Once again, I'm always looking around, making sure people are not flanking me. They are. I'm solo queue, so it's much harder to play aggressive because I have no teammates to watch drones for me. Now, some more times when not to play aggressive. If you are in a situation and you are defending and they have to come plant, you do not need to go aggressive because they literally have to plant. So you can play passive. It is on them. So you just got to sit there and just wait for the people to push you. Like right here, when you see me, I kind of fall back into the stall. They have to push me. I do not need to push them. I don't need to give up my map control versus as an attacker, you would need to be the aggressor here and you need to do that. So once again, for map control, which you would get map control and then go for a plant, you need to get aggressive. Hopefully that did help. More tips on how to consistently do good in Siege. Now, yesterday we kind of spoke on warming up, and I wind up going back into that later, but I want to talk about more really good stuff. Stop changing your sensitivity. If you are always changing your sensitivity, you are never going to be able to be consistent because you're never actually learning the micro adjustments that you need for recoil control, for flicks, for looking around, for movement. Like, you're just gonna always be inconsistent. So seriously, stick to sensitivity, even if you're shit. Go play free-for-alls. Stop changing it. Now, let's think of being consistent, right? For me personally, for some odd, strange reason, I love Canal. And whenever I get Canal, I would say it's almost guaranteed I'm dropping 10 plus kills. Now, the reasoning for this is because I genuinely know like every single rat angle that you could think of on Canal, and I love it, right? But if you put me on Emerald Plains, I'm probably going to be 007 James Bond. I'm not getting a single kill. Like, I'm dying every round. If we were to break down why somebody is consistent and what you need to do, is you have to think about it, right? Whenever you win a round, always think like, why did you do good that round? Or why did you guys win that round? Like, was it a pre-placed drone that allowed you to take map control super quick? Or was it that your team went for a solar take instead of going for a main lobby push, right? And if you can kind of analyze why you are doing good, because a lot of people, including myself, always say, hey, make sure you analyze when you die, like, why'd you die? But no, you have to also analyze why you're doing good. Because you want to be able to replicate what you did that was good. Which is why, going back to my map reference earlier, on Canal, I can think of so many references on why I did good or when I did good that I can just replicate that whenever I play Canal. And I'm sure you guys have those maps that you can just do so good on. But you can do that with your gameplay too. Just start thinking why you won a round and start trying to replicate that anytime you get that map, or the very next round, or the next game. Just always try and think that. Start taking operators that you're comfortable fragging out with. As you continue to get better as a player, you will not really need to care, But there is times when if I'm just doing bad, I will go back to an operator I'm very comfortable with, and there's no problem with that. If you're inconsistent and you want to be consistent, think why you did good last game, and for example, always going with a plan. Like, hey, I might be 0-2, but what am I going to do this round? I'm going to drone and take control of trophy. Then I'm going to go for solar. Then I'm going to get the wall open. Then I'm going to go for a plant inside the site, right? Have a plan. When you have a plan, you'll do way better. Start doing this when you roam, and you will win way more rounds. Now, what is the whole point of the roam? When you're roaming, you want to make sure that you are wasting as much time as you possibly can and kind of forcing the enemy to have to push you, because once again you want to waste time and, you know, try and get some picks in the meantime as well. Now, as the roamer, ways that you can really kind of get the enemy to kind of get worried or scared and, you know, make them push you. Let's say we were downstairs and we were defending Church Arsenal Room on Clubhouse. As a roamer, I can come up here like this, right, and make a bunch of shotgun holes, right, by the windows, by the hatch area, all like this. Just by doing this, the attacker's gonna come in and drone and see all these holes here. So they now have to try and clear you out, which is going to waste more time. So playing from above is something that is huge, because this is a huge focal point. They want to get the hatch, but now they see all these holes. And I'm not saying that you have to play in here at all. If they drone up here and they're like, okay, he's not in this room, they now know that at any point you could come and, you know, come to these holes and kill them. So now they are going to have to kind of waste time map clearing this and droning out like the entire top floor trying to find you, which in turn will waste time. And you could be all the way over here, which is still good, because if they drone you out, now they have to come push you, and you want that. You want to pull the attackers to you so that way you can waste time, get some picks, and get away with your life. Now, you may be saying, like, well, what about the sites that you can't, you know, go from above on? Now, when you're roaming, and let's say, you know, you're just going on a regular roam, you want to always think about an escape plan, what you're going to do if people push you. Like, sitting in a corner right here would be a terrible idea, because if they send a drone in here, and let's say I didn't have impacts, right? They now have me pinched in here. And now I have to try and fight for my life to get out of this. Even though this is a good area to roam in, and this is not bad to sit in, especially if you have like a hole in the hatch here, you could do that. But that's the escape plan. But a better spot would be right here. Like, playing right here like this. This is very common for attackers to push. They want to come and get the bandits off the wall over here. Well, they want to rotate around here to try and go for white stairs or come up through main. So playing here would be really smart, because one, I can hear if anybody comes into garage or they come into meeting, which I'm covered by as well. Then I can see if anybody opens this window to try and ash charge or grenade. I can see if they come into the main door. And if everything fails and they try and push me or they drone me out, I can run down here. And from here, they have no idea where I'm going to go. I could go up freezer stairs right here and lead back up to the Z hallway. Or I can go back up these tower stairs and lead back into meeting and push the guy in attic. They have no idea. Always having an escape plan if you're going to go for a roam where you're going to be in a ton of gunfights or a high pressure roam is something that is huge. And just like we did on Clubhouse, this is another great example. So in the server workshop room on Border, if you're roaming upstairs on this bomb site, they literally are forced to push you. Because if they don't, you can see the window from here. You can see the door from right here. You can see the A door from right here. You can see the bathroom wall from right here. So making these holes and playing up here is going to force attackers to have to push you, which then wastes more time. So then you're achieving exactly what you were supposed to be doing. Start using these angles and you will win way more gunfights. Alright, now yesterday I spoke about a lot of spots that you can commonly get pre-fired on. So today I want to show you a ton of alternative spots that you should be using so you won't get pre-fired. Whenever you're on Coastline Kitchen, way too often I see people holding an angle on this door like this. But this is the first thing I'm going to pre-fire as an attacker if I'm coming around the corner. But if you hold this angle right here, you can still see when they enter into the doorway. And it's much harder for an attacker to pre-fire that specific spot without hitting everything around it. Whenever you're on Trophy on Villa, way too often people use this angle right here or this angle right here to contest this door. Instead, you can make a line in this wall and you can literally see the door from all the way back here. It's a much less predictable spot. And you can use this same line to help with this door. But coming back here, you can get a complete angle onto that door as well from all the way inside Astro, and this is a pretty safe spot. Whenever you're defending the top floor on Oregon, this is by far the spot that you will get pre-fired off of. It's not a bad spot to hold at times. You definitely get kills, but if you're versing the right person, they will pre-fire you off this. So what I like to do is I usually like to have a rotate over here like this. But if you're just on feed holes, you can, but you can see the top white stairs from all the way back here. Like by sitting all the way in kids' dorms, you can see the top white stairs. So this angle is still really, really good. Now, whenever you're defending the downstairs bomb site, if you need to watch this main door, this spot is so common to pre-fire because it's literally like the main spot. But there is so many other spots to watch this main door from that you'll be able to catch them off guard. My favorite one is probably this box right here, standing on top of this and holding an angle like this. Because as an attacker coming down, they're going to pre-fire this right here. and they're not going to be able to see you because only a sliver of you is there. This one from dirt, you could be playing inside dirt and just have a little hole, and you can see the bottom of the main stairs. And like, okay, if they kill you off this, they deserve the kill because this spot is nuts. Like, bro, look at that. You think an attacker is looking right there? No. This main breach. Way too often I'll see people sit right here and contest it like this. And although this is a good spot to contest because you can contest the door, and right here, if you peek me like this, I'm pre-firing you. So an angle I always use is this bomb chassis right here. You can vault up here and you can see all the way onto that main breach, or even stand on top of this bed and you can see it as well. Or from all the way back here, you can see that balcony door. So I love utilizing back here. This is still good, just as an alternative. Now, whenever you're defending Globe on Villa, it's very common to sit right here, but like if you do this, I'm pre-firing you. So what I do is I shoot this telescope, vault up here, and sit like this like an absolute freak. Even though I'm mute right here, bro, they won't be able to join you out. You're cooking these kids. And instead of peeking the main window like this, break all this stuff right here, vault up here, and you can see the main window from all the way back here. And you'll literally be able to see them while they're out there. So this will be free. Whenever you need to contest these back tower stairs on Oregon, instead of holding angles like this or like this, use this angle back here, this angle in here like this, or this angle over here. Whenever you're defending downstairs, way too often I see people contesting the main stairs like this or like this. Instead, shotgun out up here, break this, and you can watch when they come down the stairs from all the way back here. And it's much less likely that they're going to be aiming right there because they're going to be looking at so many different spots that they have to check for compared to that. Whenever you're defending on Clubhouse, this spot I speak about a lot. This is a very common spot to be pre-fired off of. And although it is a good spot, it's common. So you will get smoked off this angle if you're just sitting there stationary like a bot. So the angles I like to use are this one right here to watch the wall. It's an immediate right in their face. You're going to see them once they walk in or vault in. It's definitely more dangerous, but still good to catch them off guard. Or this one right here, as long as you have somebody in garage, you can hold the wall like this. So once they come in and they're checking this, they have to check for the rotate hole, somebody right here, but you're already right there and you're going to smoke them. Whenever you're defending the top floor on Coastline, it's very good to sit behind Aquabar. However, trying to contest the people out there, way too often I'll see people just move around like this. And as an attacker, this is very easy to pre-fire. Like, you can just walk across and shoot a whole line across that. And it's very common to pre-fire. So what I like to do is I like to hold the angle more further back like this because they're not really going to be looking crouched. They're going to be looking more head level. Not to say don't peek up like this because I'll do this too. But when you peek, make sure that you're crouching when you're peeking so you're not standing here and asking to be shot at. But this angle, mixture crouch shooting or crouch looking around, helps a lot. How to consistently play good in Siege. Send this to a friend who consistently does terrible and needs to see this. Or tag them. Alright, now this is a question that I get asked a lot. And the true answer is you're not always going to be consistent. Like, look at Pro League when they do like best of threes. One player would do really good one map, then he might not do as good, then he'll do good the next map. It's just the way it works in Siege. Some people get hot, some people fall off. But I would definitely say that there is ways to prevent you from falling off more of and making sure you can always at least do good. And for me personally, I feel like the best way is to make sure that one, you always start off with a warm-up. Now you could either be in the shooting range, you can go into a T-Hunt, you can go into a TDM, or free-for-all, whatever it may be. If I were to choose, I prefer a free-for-all because it allows me to get into so many gunfights, so it warms up my sensitivity, my movement, my recoil control. It warms up everything. And they don't last long either. They're quick. Now, another way is to genuinely just not care how you do and just focus on winning the round. Like, don't care if you know, are on round 3 and you're 0-3. Like, you have to just focus on each round by round and play it with a plan. So every single round that you go into, even if last game you dropped 10 kills, now you're on the next game, right? Still, always go into it thinking, okay, what am I going to do this round? Let's say I was like, all right, I want to hold down Aqua. I'm going to focus on playing in Aqua, right? And you have a plan with everything. And you could do the same thing with an attack. Let's say you were attacking, you know, Billards. You always say to yourself, how do I want to attack this? What am I going to do? And you just plan stuff out instead of just mindlessly pushing something. So whether that be droning inside Hall of Fame to VIP, then coming in here, and just constantly remind yourself what you need to do to get to that goal, as well as always keeping in mind your positioning. Because positioning is the biggest thing in this game, obviously aside from aim. But if you can have good positioning, you will be perfect. So if you're always thinking about your positioning, like if I'm sitting right here, okay, I'm going to hold Aqua, right? That's my plan. I have to make sure I don't get naded from right here. So I need to make sure I have something over here to prevent me from being naded. Or else, why would I want to sit right here? If you're always thinking about your positioning, You're warming up before you play. You're not caring how you do. And you're going into every round with a plan and focusing round by round and not how you do as a whole. That is the most that you can actually do to be consistent. Obviously, make sure you're, giving comms to your team, playing off your teammates, just stuff like that too. There's going to be games when the people are better than you, and there's going to be games when you're just doing shit. It just happens. But I think the biggest one is definitely warming up. Make sure you warm up before you play. Get that confidence in you, because if you're a confident player, you can go crazy. Start using these grenade spots, your KD will go crazy. Whenever you're attacking top floor of cafe, people love to play inside bathroom and either have a mirror or just play in here. If you come outside and stand right next to this white van right here like this, with this little lineup right here, and chuck it, that grenade will destroy and kill anybody in that bathroom. The crazy grenade is from Pro League is nuts. Whenever you're attacking trophy statue on Villa, people love to sit on this little head glitch back here or on the call out called globe. Come downstairs, and what you can do is you can throw your grenade right here above this little dresser. Doing that, it will kill anybody on there. And the good part about this is even if you mess up the nade, if it lands on top of the dresser and then it explodes, it will still kill them. Anybody right here, they are fried, bro. Whenever you're attacking bedroom gym, it's very common for defenders to have a mirror right here. Come downstairs into bar and cook your grenade and throw it right here. Doing this, you will kill anybody that's on that mirror. It's a free kill. Whenever you're playing on Clubhouse and you're attacking Cash CCTV room, it's very common for defenders to sit on this green box. Now, I have on screen from my stream recently, my team was going for a construction push, so it's 100% guaranteed someone's going to be sitting here, and it worked, as you can see. But literally just come into stock room and cook your grenade right about here. And if you want to perfect the grenade throw, I'll have it in this playlist on my TikTok. Go check it out. Whenever you're attacking top floor master bedroom, people love to sit on this half wall right here like this. If you come downstairs into the dining room area and throw your grenade right next to this middle light, that will clear anybody that's on that half wall right there. Whenever you're attacking Aqua, people love to sit behind the Aqua bar. They also love to bring in Wamai or Jaeger. Instead of trying to burn the ADS, come from below, pause, cook a grenade, and throw it right above this bookshelf like this. Even if it lands on top of the bookshelf, like you don't even need to time it correctly, it will still kill them because of how close the books are to the actual hole and the actual Aqua bar itself. Whenever you're attacking top control room on Canal, people love to sit on this bomb chassis right here. This allows them to contest the main wall. Come downstairs into projector room. Throw your grenade right here. Doing this will kill anybody that's on the actual bomb chassis itself. Bombs right here, they sit right here. Whenever you're attacking top floor cocktail, it's very common for defenders to sit right here by this rotate. Come downstairs by reading room and you can throw a grenade right by the chandelier. That would then clear off anybody on C1 or that little small cocktail table. Little extra grenade spot. Anybody that plays right here, which is very common for the hash drop, just come at the pillar and throw it right here. Whenever you're attacking Aviator Games Room, it's very common for defenders to sit behind this bar like this. Come downstairs into library and cook a grenade right here. Doing this, you'll be able to kill anybody that's sitting behind that bar. It's a free kill. Whenever you're attacking border, people love to sit on the half wall and then love to sit right here with a shield and an ADS. Come over to this window and throw your grenade right here. Doing this, you'll be able to kill anybody that's on that half wall. Then throw your other grenade right here, and what this would do is it will get the people off the shield. Free. As you can see, there's a little piece. They're cooked. Whenever you're attacking master bedroom and you go for a solar push, it's very common for defenders to sit right here. So to move them off that, it's so easy. Just come down here and throw a nade right here. That will then kill anybody that is on that corner. You can do the same exact thing if anybody's on this area too. Stop holding angles like this in the most common spot. Let me explain some positioning tips to you. People ask me all the time, like, my positioning is terrible. Okay, well, let me explain. Stop holding this angle. Stop holding this angle. Stop holding this angle. And same with this angle. Don't use it. Now, what is wrong with all the angles that I showed? They are all the most common spots that you're going to sit that you will get pre-fired. I have so many more I could show, but this is just an example. Way too often, people tell me their positioning is bad or they don't know why they're doing bad. It's because you're sitting in the most common spots. Okay, I showed the one earlier on top stairs. If somebody ever uses this against me, they're getting killed immediately. Like I'm shooting them and pre-firing them before they can even see me. So my whole point of this is to start using angles that are way less predictable and not the same old angle. Now, there'll be times that I have to use this angle, 100%. But normally, I'll try and do it to where it's not the initial angle they see. So if they already come on the corner and they pre-fire that, then I feel like it's much safer to go over to that angle because they've already pre-fired and cleared that area. But if I'm watching this breach run in, instead of sitting right here, I'll come closer like this, so I can watch this as well. So it's in a much different spot. And as an attacker, when they're coming right here to pre-fire this, I'm right here and they're gonna get smoked. Or even something as stupid as this. Just stop sitting in the most common spots, because you're sitting in the most common spots, like wide in the open, you are just asking to get pre-fired. If you guys want, I can have like a 4-minute video going over every single common pre-fire spot angle, And then I'll show the alternative angle that you should be holding. Let me know if you want to see that video. I mentioned in the last video, I'm a controller PC champion with a 1.7 KD. Do you think that's because my aim is good? No, it's not. Listen, my aim's not bad, but I'm versing mouse and keyboard. So I have to play in the most rat angles possible to outplay them and make sure I don't get pre-fired. And I do the same thing when I play on console. But whenever you do hold these different types of angles, make sure you're always following the one rule that I have is whenever I'm holding an angle, can I be seen where I'm at? So if my teammate is in garage, this is a safe spot to hold. Okay, if I want to watch this main wall. If he's not in garage and somebody could be in there, I'm not going to hold this angle. Because if somebody peeks right here, I'm not going to be able to flick to them as fast. So I might hold this one instead. Or hold here for this main wall run in. And have this hold to contest the garage. Right, so even though you don't want to sit on the most common spots, you want to make sure that no matter what, the new spot that you're sitting on is still a safe spot to where you cannot be seen or naded. Now, we all know about the trick on Theme Park, where if this wall is reinforced and cated, you can come into break room and place a thermite right here. This then blows up this entire wall and allows you to just run in. But there's a ton of other spots that you can do the same exact thing on. Let me show you. Whenever you're playing on the new consulate and you're attacking garage, you're going to go for this garage wall, and maybe even this hatch. Place your thermite right next to the hatch. Doing this, it will then open up this wall and the actual hatch. So even if that hatch is cated, you're going to open up that hatch, which then gives the attackers an even crazier angle to see all the way into the other bomb site, while also being able to cover anybody going for a plant right there. You can watch this entire cutoff, and same with this one over here. Whenever you're attacking kitchen on coastline, place your thermite charge along this bed over here. Doing this will then open up this wall right here, and you can even vault in. And you can do that same exact thing on the other side of the bed. Like this. Either one will open up a part of the wall. The one by the bed will open up a little bit more, but if you want this corner, you could do it that way. And you can completely vault in and apply pressure all the way from main lobby without actually having to take control of main lobby and just take control of main stairs. Whenever you're attacking the bottom floor and canal, you can come into Coast Guard and place your thermite down right here. Doing this, what it will wind up doing is actually opening up this entire wall, which gives you a really good angle when you're coming down the stairs to kind of pinch and kind of make people move and contest the actual bomb site. Whenever you're attacking the top floor inside servers, it's very common for people to play on this pillar. And if this wall is completely cated off and you can't thermite charge it, place a thermite charge on the ground right next to it against the wall. Doing this, even if it's reinforced, it will make a whole line in this and you'll be able to contest and kind of move anybody off this pillar. And you can even crawl through it as well if you really please. I probably wouldn't, but it's just really good to get people off this pillar. Anytime you're attacking an aviator, it's very common for these walls to be completely reinforced. If not, there might be a line in the wall. But if they're completely reinforced, and for whatever reason you can't get the cade off, you can place your thermite charge on the ground right here. Doing this, it will allow you to kind of move anybody out from behind the actual bar. And if you need to, you can thermite this side, while being able to crawl in like this, as well as get as many angles as you want, even all the way into vault. And you can do the same exact thing on this side, placing it right here. And the same exact thing in statue, except on this side. If you come up into office, place your thermite charge behind this bar, run up here. This will give you an angle all the way into the site. Even if this is reinforced, you'll be able to see all the way into here, and you'll be able to watch this entire cross. The way you get on top of here is just by going up here and jumping up to here. If this wall is ever reinforced, and for whatever reason you can't just go downstairs and shoot the bandit or cade off of it, you can take a thermite and lay it on the floor like this, and what this will do is it will open up this entire bottom part. You can do this same exact mechanic with so many different walls in this game. And if you ever destroy the cade, you could still open the wall like this, and you can even crawl through the hole itself, even if it's reinforced. Whenever you're attacking dining hall, if this wall is ever caded, you can come into this tower office room, place your thermite next to this ladder, and it blows up this entire wall. You could peek through this, you could vault through this. It's really good for whenever you're attacking this site. Start using these 5 cade claws. So if you're downstairs on Oregon, you can come to this garage door and throw your cade claw right at that bush right there. Doing that, it will hit this wall from all the way outside. Now you may be saying, well, you usually have a rotate hole here for the smoke. That's fine, but when the shield gets destroyed and you retreat back, and you reinforce this wall, it will then be caded as well. So you could still do this even if you have your smoke strat. Now for the new consulate garage wall. Now all you have to do is come upstairs into piano room. Either shotgun or revolver this out over here, and you can throw it on that pillar right there without even destroying the bottom part of the floor. And that will completely get this wall and they'll have no idea where it even is. If you're on wine cellar, on chalet, come upstairs into dining room and shoot a hole out using your revolver in this table, and then just throw your cade charge in here like that. And now you have this wall completely caded off, and if a Twitch drone or anyone comes in, or if they Thatcher it, they won't hit it. If you break this window right here, throw it outside like this. That will hit right there and then get the wall. Now for your other one, you shoot out a little hole like this, and you can throw it inside here like that. Doing that, this entire wall will be catered. If they don't have an IQ, they're not finding this. Whenever you're on the top floor of Chalet, you can break this fan like this and throw the cade claw right on top of this thing. Doing this, it will hit this wall, and if they go from below, they cannot see it because it's on top of this dresser. You take your other cade claw and you just throw it in the hallway right here like this. That way it's hidden as well, and that gets this wall and the wall inside. So both cannot be shot at from below. This is the craziest Osa trick we have ever seen. So whenever you're playing on Oregon, what you can do is you can throw your drone at a window, right? Move all this debris off of the windowsill. Once the debris is off, just place your Osa shield on the window. What this will then do is it will give you an angle all the way on to that little doorway into attic, and you are actually able to shoot through this onto the enemy. And if you want to make it even crazier, break this so that way they don't even think anyone's on there, or they don't, they don't feel as much of a threat, or they're really only looking up here. And you can get a crazy angle onto anyone inside. Now, I seen this from Coconut Bra, and it got me to think. I wonder where else you can do this. So I tried this on every single map, on every single window, just for you guys, and I'm gonna tell you where it works. Let me show you. Come onto this kid's dorm's window right here, move the debris off, place an Osa shield down right here. This one is crazy, bro. Look, I'm gonna have on screen when I was trying it out in a custom game, but you can literally see me being able to shoot and kill the enemy. Like, and this is a very common area for them to push. Like, that's very, very common for people to rotate, sit, and you can literally just do that. And like I said, you can just punch this. They're gonna expect you to peek up here, and you can hold this angle. This is absolutely insane. Now, real quick, if you don't want to deal with any of this, just bring impacts. But not everyone's seeing this Royal Penguin TikTok. So if you're seeing it, good on you. Share it to your friend. Let them see this too, so they know. Now, for reference, this is what it looks like to the defenders. They are contesting with this angle like this. So if I'm standing back here, bro, like, imagine trying to contest that, bro. It's so crazy, bro. If you're ever playing on Canal, you can place an Osa shield right here like this, and this will give you a crazy angle onto this door, and you'll be able to hold this like door so no one can come out of it. You're even able to blow up this wall right here, and you get a nice angle onto the actual bomb set area. But as you can see, you are literally going to fry anyone. There's my bullet holes all the way back there. You could fry anybody off this as you please. Place your Osa shield on this white stairs window. Doing this, you'll be able to get a line of sight all the way into dining room and hold this flank, and even hold this flank over here to anybody coming through the Z hallway. Place your Osa shield on the main window right here. You'll be able to get a line of sight all the way into this rotate over here. I can't really destroy this wall to show you, but if you have something like Ash this wall open, you'll be able to get a line of sight all the way from back here. Now this works for both windows on top of the balcony over here. As you can see, I'm able to shoot this wall. This would work really well if you open up and ace this wall, then you can get a nice angle on it. People always walk up and down this hallway, so this one's really good for that. If somebody comes around the corner, you can just light them up like this. Now, if you place your shield on Cocktail, you can get a very, very, very small angle like this onto the actual wall, which is normally where the rotate is. As you can see, there's my bullet holes in there. This one's not really as useful, but I just wanted to show you guys this one, so that way now I can get into the fact of telling you that the main ones it really only works on is Oregon and on Canal. The reasoning for this is because the windowsills have to be completely flat. Cafes are pretty flat, but for some reason it doesn't really work on theirs. I'm not too sure. I think it's because of the way that the barricades are when they come off. But all the other maps, I tried every single one. And that's a ranked map, and it does not work on them. It really only works on Oregon and on Canals. Why these holes are very important for a statue bomb site on Villa. Now let's speak on the easy one, which is this one. Having this line on the wall allows you to contest into B and see the door from right here. Literally all the way back here. It also allows you to contest that door right there from right here. It allows you to contest that door if they walk in, which is very common for them to come in if they're going for a 90 take. It also allows you for late round play right here, and if any attackers are coming in here to try and contest you or just try and take control of Astro, you can be right here getting ready to smoke them instead of being on a common spot to get pre-fired. So this one is a must. Now this one is the more optional one, but let me explain why this is very important. Now the correct way is you're supposed to play it with a shield right here, so that way you can sit on the shield and face check this. But having this line and shooting out a line over here will allow you to see that window once they come in. It allows you to apply pressure to inside master bedroom, which then will delay more time from them having to take control of it. As well as contest bathroom, because that is the bathroom door right here. So if you take control of bathroom, you can watch it from right here, or you can see all that from all the way back here as well. You can see the closet, you can see the bathroom door, you can see the window from right here. So it just allows you to see so many other angles from so much further away. On top of that, if they're going for a 90 take, which is fairly common, this will allow you to rotate back through bathroom and play the actual wall right here. So you can see that, you know, entryway right there. You can see if they're inside B, and you can just play off this. However, I personally hate this strat if I don't have people actually playing off of it. Because if you just leave this open and have no one watching it, then you are completely exposed inside the bomb site. Like, it is so annoying. So please, if you do this, make sure you have a shield here with like a Wamai or an ADS or something. So that way the attacker cannot just sit here and face check this or come back here like this. Or over here like this and just watch into the site mindlessly. You want to have somebody to be able to contest that, which is what the shield is for. So don't do this without a shield. Please, I hate when my randoms do it. Now, if the shield does get destroyed, it's not that big of a deal. Just make sure you're always paying attention to it and trying to contest it. This is the most underrated operator in Siege. Let me explain. So you see Capitao right here, right? I feel like Capitao gets a lot of disrespect. Do not scroll. Let me explain. So we all know the trick of, oh, you're going to go for a plant, shoot a smoke, shoot a fire in the smoke, and then, you know, if they try and run through the smoke, they go on fire, they can't see the fire. That's common, right? But let me explain to you why he's, like, actually just so good. Not only can his smokes be shot at pretty high to where it gives you a one-way angle because you can see the defender's feet while they still can't see you because they're walking through smoke. That's one thing, and you can do that on so many different spots. But let me show you something with the fire that I love. Right, so as we all know, he has a Harbish device, which is amazing. Capitao's Firebolt is able to clear out people from the best spots that they sit in and help you take control of the map. Like, I'm going to have a montage right here. I'm going to show you a bunch of them, okay? Pretend you're attacking upstairs. Watch this. Shoot a bullet hole like this. Put your Capitao bolt through here. This then sets the entire top area on fire. You can clear anybody off as bomb chassis. Oh, somebody's sitting behind this bunk right here? No worries. Either you could shoot it like this or just go like this. So one bullet hole, still lined up. Boom. Entire area is on fire. On Cafe, if you're ever going for a freezer push, it's very common for defenders to sit on this call out over here that is called coffee. Do this. Come into Whiskey Bar and take your Firebolt and shoot it right there. The Firebolt then falls and is going to, you know, smoke anyone on there, run them off, which then gives you easy access to come in and take gunfights, and you don't have to worry about the guy sitting here head glitching like a little rat with a shotgun C4 or whatever it may be. Whenever you want to go for this take, it's very common for people to sit on the half wall or sit on the sandwich locker. All you have to do is go like this, shoot it up here. The Capitao bolt then falls and clears anyone off of here. You can do the same thing right here. You literally have two of them. And you can completely come in and take map control or just, you know, go for a push. Whenever you're taking bakery control, if you ever have to deal with somebody behind the bakery, just do this. Come back here and go like this. This will clear anybody out that's playing on this closed door. This will clear anybody out that's playing close right here. And if they move to over here, that's perfect for you. Stand on top of this car, hold this angle. You'll smoke them if they go into that corner. It's a free kill. If anyone ever plays behind this aqua bar when you're attacking aquarium and they have an ADS, just go like this. Instantly move them off that. And then they run, and then you're able to take control of aqua. If you're ever pushing kitchen and people are playing on this little rat head glitch behind the bomb chassis, or just sitting on that rotate, you can quick peek it like this, shoot it, and then boom, that clears off anyone behind that area, which then allows you to take control. This all just helps with taking map control and getting people out of an area. You need to take garage control. Boom, boom. Oh, it's clear to enter in. No one's watching that hole right there. Okay, perfect. All right, I'm now in. Let's see. Is he up here? Bada boom. Bada boom. The entire Raptors is completely on fire. They will have to rotate over here. You can even get a nice pinch of your teammate if he sits in the door. When you do this, they are cooked. Pretend this main wall is wide open. Let's say I'm sitting on top of concrete and I shoot a actual Capitao smoke bolt right here. What does this do? This then makes it to where I have a one-way angle and they cannot see, but I can see them. Capitao is just an amazing operator. His gun is good. He's a 3-speed. He has 2 Harbish devices. He's fire, and he's just mad disrespected, so I have to stick up for him here. And he's got an eye patch, so come on, bro. Start doing this with Capitao, your KD will go crazy. So yesterday I made a TikTok talking about how underrated Capitao is. I also showed a lot of really cool spots that you can shoot his Firebolt into. But I want to go into more detail and show you more tricks with his Firebolt. Whenever you're attacking the top floor on Clubhouse, it's very common for a Mira to sit right here. If you come into bar, you can do one of two things. Either you can nade this, or you can take a Capitao and just do this. Shoot a bullet hole right here, take out your Capitao bolt, aim your Capitao bolt right there, and you are cooking anyone on that Mira. Whenever you're attacking kitchen on coastline, it's very common for people to sit in this corner of cakes, or right here. So just do this. Come into penthouse, come next to this bed, look at the floor about right here where these meet, shoot it, and then shoot your firebolt, you're cooking anyone in that corner. And if you go on the other side of the bed, do the same thing if you want them out of this corner. It's a free kill. Make them move, make them run. Whenever you are attacking kitchen, it's fairly common for defenders to sit right here and peek and hold this to watch into prep room. Come upstairs, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna look at this one right here. Line it up like this. Go like this. Shoot it like this. This will then fry anybody that's on this angle right here. Free elo. They're cooked. And like I said, this is still good, even though, yes, you can just open it up with buck. This, they're not going to hear it. No one's going to hear you shoot one little bullet and go, oh my god, this guy's about to Capitao me. Like, no. Like, versus a buck, if somebody hears you sledgehammer or shoot a buck, they're going to run for their life. For this, while they try and run, they're going to be on fire, and they're going to be cooked. Quite literally cooked. Like, they're on fire. Whenever you're attacking the top floor as well, people love to sit in freezer. I'm the people. I love sitting in freezer like this, right? I have to hold this angle. All you have to do is come into reading room, look up, 1, 2, 3 tiles over, shoot a hole, shoot your firebolt through the hole, and you're cooking anybody that's sitting right there. Whenever you are attacking the top floor on canal, there's a bomb chassis right here, and people love to sit on it to contest this breach. Come into the projector room right here. Shoot a bullet hole like this. Get your Capitao bolt out. You're frying anybody that's sitting on that bomb. It's very common for people to sit on this green box right here. If you come in here and make a bullet hole like this, take your Capitao bolt. There it all is, on fire. I had to sprint all the way up here, so it only lasted 2 seconds by the time I got up here. Whenever you're attacking kitchen, it's fairly common for people to sit on what is called sinks. Come into fireplace hall, make a hole in the floor like this, shoot your bullet hole like this. This will then clear out anybody on sinks. Whenever you're attacking this top floor, it's very common for defenders to sit on C1, or right here, and play on this rotate hole. Either you can nade it, or you can come right here, take your Capitao bolt like this, shoot a hole, and go like this. Now, not only will it set this entire area on fire, most likely, they're gonna run to this balcony, or run through the rotate hole right here and go right here. And you're already down here, so this just allows you to walk out here, and you can probably get a nice line of sight on them as they're already lit up or weakened up or on fire, whatever it may be. But either way, it's gonna get them off that angle. Whenever you are attacking downstairs in locker, fairly common for people to sit behind this locker. Come all the way into lounge, come on the floor right here, pause. Shoot a hole in the floor like this, shoot your Capitao bolt through this, and boom. Oh, I thought I had the fire out, but if that was the fire, this would get anyone that was behind the locker. That is on me. But it's free. And yes, you can play vertical, but if you buck it, they're gonna run. Start using this Fenrir strat whenever you're playing. So I seen this clip by Macy J. We're gonna look at it, we're gonna talk about it. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I haven't seen it. I'm not gonna give some fake reaction. I just wanna show you guys this, okay? Just take a second to look at this, right? So Macy J pretty much what he does is he throws one of these on the drone hole of throne room on theme park, right? And he rotates over to the arcade window and makes it so that way, you know, you can vault out of it. Which just is crazy, okay? Now, once that goes off, he vaults out and smokes the guy. And he shows what it looks like as well from his POV. Look at this. Imagine you're running. All of a sudden, you get omen smoked. You can't see a damn thing. And someone jumps out at you and kills you. This would actually make me want to overhand write my monitor. It would be done for. You know what? But this made me think. I'm probably going to make a video. I'm going to go around multiple different maps. And I'm going to find a bunch of these little rat drone hole spots, okay? And I'm going to figure out on every map where you can do this, okay? And I'm going to have a dedicated video to this. Just for you guys, so make sure you follow me. But this is insane. Let me know what you guys think, though. Have you guys been enjoying the new operator? I've actually liked it a lot. I think it's a really good operator, and there's a lot of different stuff you can do. And I feel like I'm learning way more stuff every time I see new clips of him. Like, this is crazy. You can do spawn codes with him. There's so much that you can do with him. But let me know what you guys think, and make sure you drop a follow and tag your duo. I'm going to have that video out this week. Stay tuned. I'm going to go on the hunt and figure out everything for this operator for you guys that you could do this with. And also, comment down below if you know any already. Stop peeking like this. Start peeking like this. Especially in lower ranks is when people are peeking, they peek super close or they swing super close. Let's say I was trying to peek somebody on this head glitch of the couch, right? If I'm sitting here super close, they can see me right now while I can't see them. That would be perspective. I'm going to show you on screen what I mean by that. Where when I'm walking forward and I'm super close, I can't really see the enemy. The enemy can completely see me though. But once I start backing up, then I can see more of the enemy, and then we're kind of on an even playing ground. And it works in the same situation. If I were to peek it further back, I'm able to expose myself to more. Versus the closer I get, the more it disappears. And that's just from perspective in this game. It's just the way it works. Like for example, right here, right? I can't see that door right now. The enemy would be able to see me, but yet I can't see the door. Compared to if I were to just back up, the more I back up, the more I can see of this door. And then I'm on an even playing ground with the attacker or whoever it may be. Here's just an extra tip that has absolutely nothing to do with angles or perspective. I just want to throw this in there so I can give you guys as many tips as I can. Whenever you're going to peek a doorway or an area, what I always love to do is I always love to go like this and knife peek it, right? I usually do this about twice because if somebody is holding an angle on the door that I want to walk out of, if I knife, it's going to make them jump and they're going to shoot. It's done in Pro League. I shoot all the time when people knife peek like that. It's just a good way to be able to know if somebody's holding that angle, right? So I knife the first time, and if they're smart, they won't shoot. But what they'll do is they'll shoot the second time. So that's why I do 2 knife peeks, bro, before I peek anything.